Hollywood is a place full of glitz, glamour, and gossip. If you're looking for the latest news from the movie industry, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the hottest topics in Hollywood right now, from a funny behind-the-scenes video of the NCIS Season 20 filming to the developments in the Marvel Universe. Stick around to learn all. Kicking us off, NCIS Season 20 video, a funny look behind the scenes. Are you ready for a bit of a different NCIS Season 20 update? Then you can have that now. In an Instagram post, showrunner Stephen D. Binder pokes fun at fellow executive producer David J. North, who showed up to work in all black for no clear reason. The implication is that NCIS is often filmed in Santa Clarita, California, where it's often hotter than 100 degrees. For the record, it's supposed to be 96 degrees there today, which is cooler than what we've been seeing lately. The cast and crew of NCIS are still working on the early part of the season, and we know that the first couple of episodes will be about what happened with the Raven and/or Alden Parker at the end of Season 19. It remains to be seen if the team will save him or if he'll figure out on his own that his ex-wife Vivian is not looking out for his best interests. No matter what, we're sure that there'll be more great stuff to come in the beginning. The video from Binder shows that even the writers and crew have a good relationship with each other and a sense of humor. This is one reason why so many people on the staff have been there for decades. Why on earth would you want to leave your job if you love the people you work with? No good reason exists to do just that. Let's move on to other news. Shang-Chi's rings, Kang theory just got stronger thanks to Marvel. Marvel just made it more likely that the theory about Kang, Shang-Chi's 10 rings, Kang theory, the story of Shang-Chi and the legend of the 10 rings raised a lot of questions about where the weapons from the 10 rings came from. One of the most interesting ideas about Shang-Chi was that Kang might have made the 10 rings. The theory is based on the hints that Ta Lo is connected to the multiverse. Also, Kang the Conqueror would be a good fit for a power that gives its user eternal life. Shang-Chi's 10 rings could be very important in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars if they came from Kang the Conqueror. The MCU has only shown a small part of what the 10 rings can do. If they're connected to Kang, he might know how to use more of their powers. Even if that doesn't happen, Shang-Chi might be able to help his fellow Avengers fight Kang by sharing the power of these weapons with them. The MCU has already shown that more than one person can wear and control the 10 rings at the same time. However, their power could go beyond stopping people from getting older and give the Avengers more protection against Kang. There's also a chance that Shang-Chi alone will be enough to make the 10 rings the key to beating Kang. His first appearance in the MCU showed how strong he was with weapons, even though he hadn't trained. Shang-Chi is likely to play a big part in Avengers 5, and part of his story could be about him learning the full power of the rings and how he can use them in different ways. This can make Shang-Chi one of the most powerful new Avengers in Phase 6, so his knowledge of the 10 rings could help a lot in the fight against Kang. Next, the Season 3 star of Bridgerton talks about how hard it is to play a recast character. Hannah Dodd, the new Francesca on Bridgerton, talks about how hard it is to replace Ruby Stokes. In an interview with TV Line, Dodd talked about how hard it was to play a character who had been recast. Dodd said, "I didn't know what I was getting myself into," when she said she had read 6 of Quinn's 8 books to prepare for the role. Dodd said that she was excited to play Francesca and tell her beautiful story, but she also knew how much Francesca's fans loved her. So, she said, she would do her best. Fans of Bridgerton may have been frustrated by Francesca's long absences in the first 2 seasons, but the fact that she's been recast gives them hope that she'll have a much bigger role in the 3rd season. The character is probably the least well-known of the main Bridgerton siblings, and it might take a few seasons for the audience to like her as much as the others. But since Netflix has shown that it is willing to change the established timeline of the books, it's possible that Francesca's story will be told sooner than fans expected. With Penelope and Colin's relationship being the main focus of Season 3, Dodd can at least rest easy knowing that she will have one whole season to bring Francesca back and establish herself in the cast. Still, Quinn has written 6 more books, and the love story for her second son, Benedict Bridgerton, has been put on hold for now. It seems likely that Francesca's story will have plenty of time to develop. With a real love for the series and a desire to meet fans' expectations, there doesn't seem to be much reason why Dodd's addition to Bridgerton shouldn't be smooth. Moving on, Star Wars already has a story that can compete with Marvel's zombies in the MCU. Marvel Studios is making an animated series about Marvel's zombies for Disney+, but Star Wars already has has a story that could be a great match. Some parts of a non-canonical book have been brought back into the official storyline. So the galaxy far, far away has its own zombies that can cause trouble on the stars. Because of this, the story would make a great basis for a lively animated series. At this point, we don't know if the upcoming Marvel Zombies movie will be based on the comics, a continuation of the zombie episode in Marvel's What If, or something completely new. With a strong idea like Marvel heroes who come back from the dead, there's a lot of room for creativity. If Star Wars used zombie stormtroopers, you could say the same thing. Lucasfilm already has a zombie virus that is part of the canon and has a history that was built by the Empire. All they have to do is change the story from Legends or use the virus as a starting point for something new. It's also important to note that a Star Wars zombie show doesn't have to be official. Lucasfilm has already shown interest in projects outside of the continuity, like the recent anime anthology series Star Wars Visions. The Emperor's fate on Exegol could be tied to a canon series in important ways, but fans would be happy with either way, just like with the upcoming Marvel Zombie series. Finally, Emma Stone almost came back as Spider-Gwen Man Stacy and Carnage. The Amazing Spider-Man movie series ended too soon, but Emma Stone could have come back not only as Gwen Stacy, but also as Carnage in a possible sequel. The Ultimate Spider-Man comics gave me the idea for this, given Stacy was killed by Carnage in Ultimate Spider-Man, but she was brought back to life as a clone when scientists tried to bring the Carnage creature back to life after it died. The clone of Gwen had all of her memories up until she died. At first, she was connected to the Carnage symbiote, but she got rid of it, and was supposed to be the reason Emma Stone would come back to the Amazing Spider-Man series. She would fight Spider-Man as Carnage at first, but she'd probably go back to being herself in the end. This would have given the two of them a unique relationship. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, when Gwen Stacy dies, it's a big part of how Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man changes. Peter's relationship with Gwen was a big part of the first two movies. If Gwen came back, even as a bad guy, it would be a big deal, especially since Peter's grief over Gwen's death will be a big part of the rest of the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Gwen's return as Carnage could be a way to end Peter Parker's feelings for her, maybe by making it so she can't be the Gwen he knew and loved, but still threatens innocent lives and forces him to kill her, giving him a brutal and heartbreaking end to his relationship with Gwen. On the other hand, given how well Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield get along, a Carnage storyline might let the franchise bring Gwen back for good, bringing her back to life with all of her memories after Peter separates her from the symbiote. Well, that's all the time we had for today. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. Make sure to like and follow for more Hollywood news.